This episode will cover propellers. The propeller control system is divided into two types of control. What are they? One for flight and one for ground operations. What is the purpose of a propeller? To create thrust and either pull or push the airplane through the air. What are the two types of propeller configurations? The tractor type and the pusher type. What type of propeller has the blade angle built into the propeller and cannot be changed? A fixed pitch propeller. What is the purpose of the metal tipping on a leading edge of a wooden propeller? It is to protect the propeller from damage caused by FOD in the air, during landing, taxiing, and takeoff. What tool is used to determine propeller blade angle? A universal propeller protractor. What are the aerodynamic forces and loads acting on a rotating propeller blade? A rotating propeller is acted upon by centrifugal force, aerodynamic twisting, centrifugal twisting, torque bending, and thrust bending forces. What is the meaning of propeller blade back and face? The curved side of the propeller is called the blade back. This is the side that faces away from the engine. The flat side of the propeller is known as the blade face. This side of the blade faces the engine. If you're sitting in the cockpit, you will be looking at the face of the blade. What should be used to clean aluminum and steel propeller blades and hubs? They should be washed with a suitable cleaning solvent using a brush or cloth. What positions are used on a balance stand to check a two-bladed propeller for static balance? First the vertical position and then the horizontal position. Can a fixed pitch propeller's pitch be changed? No, they are fixed at a specific pitch angle. Why do you put the blades of a counterweight propeller into high pitch before stopping the engine? This type of propeller has a movable cylinder that slides over a fixed piston. In the low pitch position, the cylinder is outboard and the piston is exposed to the open air. In the high pitch position, the cylinder moves inboard and covers the piston. In this position, the piston is protected from dirt and moisture in the air. This is particularly important if the airplane engine will not be operated for several days. Why are cones installed on splined shafts with a propeller? The cones center the propeller on the shaft as they are forced toward each other by the tightening of the retaining nut. How is feathering accomplished on a constant speed counterweight propeller? By releasing governor oil pressure on the counterweights, the feathering spring moves the blades to the feathered position and the oil returns to the engine. What type of systems are used for de-icing propellers? Fluid or electrical de-icing systems. What is blade tracking? is the process of determining the position of the tips of the propeller blades relative to each other. What is the purpose of a slinger ring on some propeller installations? Propeller de-icing fluid is ejected from a stationary nozzle on the engine into a U-shaped channel attached to the rear of the propeller assembly. The U-shaped channel is called the slinger ring. The fluid under pressure of centrifugal force is transferred through a small tube to the propeller's leading edge. Do the counterweights on a constant speed propeller increase or decrease the blade angle? The centrifugal forces on the counterweights increase the pitch of the blades. What should you adjust if a pilot requests 50 more RPM on an aircraft equipped with a constant speed propeller? Adjust the governor's prop lever set screw. What adjustments are powerplant mechanics allowed to make to the prop governor? Only the maximum RPM stop. Why are propellers indexed to the crankshaft of an engine? To reduce vibrations to a minimum. Can transverse cracks on a propeller be repaired? No, transverse cracks of any size are unacceptable. What is the alpha range and beta range of a propeller? Beta range is the condition of the propeller during ground operations and in the reverse pitch position. Alpha range is the propeller's position when the aircraft is in flight. When changing metal bushings on a wooden propeller assembly, a thorough inspection of the bolt holes should be accomplished. Why? To check for elongation of the holes. How are wooden propellers cleaned? Soap and water. What happens to a constant speed feathering propeller when the propeller governor's oil pressure drops to 0 psi? It returns to the feathered position. What is the purpose of an arbor when balancing a propeller? To support the propeller on the balance knives. What two forces are balanced in a propeller governor in an on-speed condition? The speeder spring and flyweights. How do you determine the repairability of a damaged propeller blade? Reference the manufacturer's maintenance manual. When engine vibration is reported, what should be checked to determine if it is caused by the engine or the propeller? Blade tracking and blade angle setting. What positions of a two-blade propeller are used during a static balance test? Vertical and horizontal. What three things does a typical constant speed propeller governor accomplish when operating? It boosts engine oil pressure before it enters the propeller hub, controls the amount of oil that flows to the propeller, and senses the rotational speed of the engine. What pitch will a constant speed propeller move into at constant power when going into a nosedive? High pitch. What is the device that reduces vibrations in an aircraft with multiple propellers? propeller synchronizers. Y is an oil accumulator connected to the prop governor. To assist with unfeathering the propeller.